About 1 hour of work. I do want you to check out the, good morning. I do want you to check out the YouTube yoga that we're doing in 9-minute units. So they're like these Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 minutes, 9 minutes, 9 minutes. So there's like every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, there are 3 9-minute units, and they're broken down into some preliminary work and then some more detailed work in the body. And I'm doing that so it will make it more easy for you to isolate segments that you want, and you don't have to commit to like an hour to find something. I'm looking to thumbnail it so that and index it so that you can identify what areas will be covered during each 9-minute unit, that type of thing. So it'll make it much more accessible for those of you who want some detailed work. Okay, good to see you. Come stand up. Remind yourself what you're doing. I wonder if Juan is traveling today. You never know with that guy. Plant your feet down. Remind yourself what we're doing. We're integrating our breathing and our attention in the body. So although, there's movement and calisthenic exercise type of thing, there's something else also that we're working. All right, take your hands together. Let's inhale this up. Good morning. Every Saturday, 10 o'clock, free yoga right here. Inhale over the ground, make a fist. Lock it. Open, open, open. Through the mouth, you exhale. Take your hands wide. Inhale up. Way up high. My feet are grounded. Every posture that we make observes earth and sky. Every posture we make, let's push the hands away like this. Push the palms away. Every posture we make observes right and left, like east and west. Relax your jaw, push away. Let's revolve these arms today. Revolve. Yes. Now just do 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. And every posture observes forward and back, north and south. So let's bend these elbows. Pull the shoulder blades back. I inhale back. I exhale and I squeeze. Level your arms with the ground. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Squeeze. Open. Reach up high. I'm going to push the sky away, and I sweep through. I sweep through. All the way back, I make a beak, and I sweep my wrist all the way through. I inhale up, exhale. I push the sky away. I sweep all the way through. I make a beak with my wrist and fingertips. I sweep the crest of the beak through, all the way. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Push away. I inhale up, and then I relax the wrists, relax the fingers and the elbows. Let's hop. Let's hop. 108 hops. 10, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 71, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 81, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 2, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. turn. Now, you might notice I'm not using a mat. We're out here on concrete. It's okay. Find what you can do. You can make the practices anywhere. Plant your feet down. Make the claw with your hands. Grip your knees. Let's make some circles. Circle in those knees. Right? And reverse direction. Every circle, one breath. Then straighten those knees in the line of your toes. Parallel feet. Bend and straighten your knees. Right? And feel that. I'm going to straighten these knees. I'm going to rock and I'm going to make a little tiny bounce and feel. I'm feeling the connective tissue holding. A little bounce. You know, as we breathe and deliver breath in the body, yes, there is, you know, this delivery of oxygenation and exchange of the gases like carbon dioxide and other gases come up and they return. But with our breath delivery, we also begin to practice the illumination inside the body. We begin to practice this delivery of attention in the body. Let's make some big circles. Big circles. Big circles. And let's reverse direction. Big circles. Good. Release that. Align your ankles, your hips, your shoulders, and your ears. Circle your shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Reverse direction. We're making very simple practices into the head and neck. Imagine that the top of your head could make a circle in the sky. You could shine a light out of the top of your head. Big circle. Big circles. Yes. It is easy. Every circle, reverse direction. Let's make 2 more. Beautiful. Come back and be tall. Now, if all of our movement observes these 3 planes, earth and sky in opposition, east and west in opposition, north and south in opposition. We're also operating from the spine with breath in those planes. So let's look at our sagittal planes, forward and back. This is functional yogic practice. This is not just an idea about some postures. This is about how you can maximize your experience in simple practices. Take your hands together. Identify your ankles, your hips stacked directly above the ankles, and oftentimes the hips are forward, so just check that those hips align, and then the shoulders align with those hips and ankles, ears together. Beautiful coronal plane. We're working the sagittal plane up, back. I'm going to inhale back. Good morning. I'm going to bend my knees. Come on in. Reach up high. Reach up high. Great to see you, Juan. Great to see you, man. Bend those knees. I'm bending my ankles as deeply as possible. My tailbone is back. My ankles are bent as deeply as possible. My feet are grounded. My fingertips fly into the sky. Yeah. My heart is lifting forward. Breathe 3 breaths. Straighten those elbows the best you can. And then we'll move on. Straighten them, and then we'll move. There it's straight. Fold it forward. Empty that spine. Empty that neck. I have to practice straightening my right elbow. Good. Observe your breathing in this forward bend. My knees and ankles are bent deeply, and my chest, my heart rests on my legs. How can I observe my breath right here? It's limited. It's not as big. I don't have the same volume. But I find an ease with that reduced volume. Take 3 more breaths. Stack your hands on your knees. Yeah. Bend those ankles and knees. Straighten your elbows. Tailbone goes back. The heart goes forward. My jaw relaxes. Let's reach these hands back. Let's sweep the arms up. Hands together and stand. Empty. Be tall. Be at ease. Align your ankles, your hips, your shoulders, and your ears. Let the breath fill the lungs from the bottom up to the top. Let it pour out. Take your hips to the side and the side. So it's not your head and shoulders being the boss. It is your hip and hip, side to side. Yeah. And feel it. Consciente. Yes. Now, when you do it, let's find one side as far over as you can. Find one side. Feel the dilation of the body as you breathe. When we inhale, we can awaken into that dilation, into the limitation. Feel this opposite side, a compression. Identify your ear. Lift your ear into the sky. Feel that big bend in your coronal plane. The sides of your body aligned. Reach the hands away. Turn the palms out. With every inhale, we heighten awareness. We awaken into the body. And with every exhale, we can relax a little. Even if we maintain strength and engagement in the body, we can exhale and we can relax, we can surrender it, we can liberate limitations. Beautiful. Sweep this free arm up into the sky. My fingers reach down, the other fingers reach up. Look down at your thumb. Look up at your thumb. Over your ear, reach a straight elbow. Maybe 2 hands can reach away. I'm breathing. With an exhale, I bend my knees. I exit, revolve the shoulders, reach out, sweep down. Okay. Empty the spine right here. Straighten one knee, bend both. Straighten the other knee, bend both. We have a gaggle of geese. Now I'm going to bend both knees and straighten both knees. The geese are going out to sea. Stack your hands on your knees. Lift up. It's very interesting, you hear the signal of one of them and they all start going. I love to watch animals. Ah, beautiful. Let's take the hands back. The animals can teach us. Reach up. Reach up. Take your hands back together. Empty. Make a very light turn. I release my fingers, I release the wrists, the elbows. On my central line of balance, I turn. I turn. It's cool out here today, no? Feels good. Cloudy. Let's do our second side. Reach over. Yes. My feet are grounded. I'm in this coronal plane. I breathe and awaken this dilation now on my left side. My left ear reaches up into the sky. And now this inside line, there's a compression. And as I inhale, I can be more specific in where my body resists, where my body holds and supports. I inhale, I awaken, I illuminate. I inhale, kapuraka. I inhale, I feel it, consciente. And with my exhale, I release limitations. I release resistance. I release pain. Wake up your fingertips, reach down to the earth and turn the palms open. And in that left arm, sweep those fingers as wide as you can into the sky, creating an arc through those fingertips. Turn your eyes, look down at your palm. Turn your head and neck, look up at your thumb. Reach over the top, reach away. Crescent moon posture. It's sweet. Lifting your heart. Breathing. The inhale awakens. The exhale liberates. And with the breath, I bend my knees, exit, revolve the shoulders, reach the fingertips out, swoop. Oh, here we are again, back at this entrance to Uttanasana. My feet are grounded, my hips tilt forward, my spine releases. Can you straighten your knees and bend your knees? Maybe you need to alternate, straighten one, bend both. Straighten the other one, bend both. But maybe you can straighten both knees, tilting the hips forward. My left hand is going to remain on the ground. My knees are bent. My right hand goes onto my right hip. I lift in my heart. I lengthen my spine. I push my right leg straight. Revolve the spine. Low. Lumbar spine turns to the right at the navel. The thoracic spine of the ribs turns to the right at the heart. My neck, my chin, and jaw equally turn up. If you can fully twist, reach up high. And breathe right there for 3 big breaths. That's it, that's it. It is not about that right shoulder. It's about your spine. Breathe right there for 3. Release the fingers, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder. Roll back. Bend both. Stack your hands on the left hip. Left hand, left hip. I lift in my heart. Lengthen my spine. I push my left leg straight. I turn lumbar spine left. Thoracic spine of the ribs and heart left. Big twist. My neck now. My chin and forehead equally turn. Can you reach straight into the sky? Look at your thumb. Oh, look at the beautiful clouds today. Breathe here. Can you release your fingers? Can you release your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder melts down? That's lovely. In this forward bend, when you bend, find what is its opposite? What is its opposite range? Let's bend the knees, stack the hands, push away. Take your hands into your glutes. I'm going to push down in my heels. Bend the knees. I push my hands forward through the hips. My elbows go toward the center. And my spine lifts up through the heart. I reach the top of my head away in an arc. I'm not merely hinging in my lower back and neck. I want to lift up in my heart. Over the top. And I drop my chin to the chest. I inhale back. I exhale forward. I inhale back. I exhale my chin to the chest. Let's look at this exit. Are you squeezing your gluteus muscles together? Because if they're not, you gotta squeeze them. Yeah. Reach those hands out over the ground. And let your arms leverage you up. So you don't muscle up, you don't force up in the back. Nice. Make a little turn. That was a nice back bend there for you. Yeah. Let it breathe, and wherever you are, it's not about virtuosity. It's not about being the best, Olympic yoga practitioner. You don't have to be a great athlete to have tremendous benefit. Take your feet apart and let's bend the elbows and twist. Kumar would practice these longest. Of any single thing that he would practice, I would see him do this most. So he was in his 80s toward the end, the last 10 years particularly, he was almost 95 when he moved on. In that last 10 years in particular, he would practice his breathing at least 3 hours a day, every day. Very inspiring. Who has the time to practice just the breathing for 3 hours a day? Perhaps there are times in your life that you can find time to dedicate. Unfortunately, many of us wait until some health emergency strikes us to get our attention. And then you have 3 hours a day to practice. Now, if you're like me, daily obligations, family situation, and household maintenance, and these kinds of things, you are not able to practice 3 hours a day. Keep twisting. How are you breathing? Can you exhale over your shoulder? Feel the twist. Let's do 9 more, but let's reverse the breathing. Can you inhale over your shoulder? Inhale. And release. Okay, so we've observed 3 planes of movement. We've observed our sagittal plane in opposition. We've observed our coronal plane in opposition. We've observed our transverse plane in oppositions. Let's do a couple more things. Let's make one salute to the sun. Okay, one salute to the right, one salute to the left. All right, let's do that. So find your feet at the front of your mat. Ankles, hips, shoulders, and ears. Let's inhale this up. Make it an easy arc. Easy, make it easy. Everything easy to begin. Bend your knees, making this Utkatasana variation. Inhale up and fold. Inhale this head up. My right leg is going to kick way back. So simple, basic, foundational practice. Breathe for 3, and 2, and 1. I inhale. My left foot takes it back. I'm in my plank. I breathe. I push the earth away. Where can I lift into the sky? I'm not lifting my tuchus. I'm keeping that level. I take a breath. I squeeze my elbows to my ribs. About 1 inch off the floor, off this concrete, I touch my knee. my heart, my forehead. And then I push. Yes. Toes point back. Straight ankles. Check your ankles. My knees just off of the ground. My hands directly under the shoulders. My spine is relaxed. The front of my body awakens. My shoulder blades go back toward the spine. And at first I look out at the horizon. Yeah, I breathe that. Look out at the horizon. Now, I'm going to dig my toes into the ground, a dorsiflexion of the toes. I keep my knees low, and I pull my tailbone back. Look how we enter. And then can you awaken the front line of your legs? Lift up. Lift up. If we can create a hollow in the front of the hip, root lock, hip lock, tilt the hips forward, and we find length in the spine, straight elbows. Then the back of the legs get the message, but it's not about the back of the legs first. It's about awakening that front line, awakening the hips, lengthening your spine. Let's inhale a deep breath. And as we exhale, engage that right leg and step it. Align your fingertips and your toes. My heel pulls back, my knee pulls forward. I inhale. I exhale and I step. Oh wow, you're in your Uttanasana and you're folding more deeply than when you were engaged earlier. Beautiful. Let's bend the knees, exhale. Stack your hands on the knees and inhale up. Look, this is all a supported exit. I want your ankles bending, knees bending, tailbone back, reach back, and sweep through. Breathing. Take your hands together at your heart. Let everything settle a moment. Release these arms and shoulders. Sweep wide. And where can we reach? My arms wide, fingers apart, thumbs wide. My heels are grounded, my gluteus muscles are squeezing. I'm reaching back. My chin goes to the chest, my hands go up high. Reach up high and back to your heart. Okay, so our pace today, very slow, very easy pace. One more like this, okay? Inhale this up. Second side, reach away. My hands are together. I'm to move back. Inhale up. Forward. I inhale up, and my left leg kicks back. Find your oppositions. Postures will have different names, oftentimes connected with the disciplines, the specific lineage or training. Common name for this pose, Anjaneyasana. Inhale up. Right leg, kick it back. Feel where you are. In your plank, hold it. When you're ready, one chaturanga, up dog. palms just off the mat. Glutes activated, shoulder blades back. Dig your toes into the ground. Dorsiflexion with your toes. I take an inhale. Keep the knees low. I exhale back. Now the wider your feet, the easier the access to the forward bend. The closer your feet, the harder it is to enter. I'd say the more challenging it is. I inhale my head and lift my left foot steps. One little tip will be to lift that left hand up to create a space and step your foot into the left hand's print on the ground where it had been placed. Beautiful. Inhale. Step it forward. Bend your knees. Stack your hands. Find your Utkatasana. Yes, fierce posture. Good. Sweep it through. Reach up high. Take your hands together and stand. So easy. So easy, but nice challenge, I hope. Lie down on your back. Lie down on your back. Tuck your knees. Rock. I see some traveling going on. Yeah. Travel, dog walking, and sleep. You know, in all my, in my decades of teaching, those are the three areas where I see people hurt themselves the most. Sleeping, dog walking, and traveling. All right. If you're rocking, if one hand is on each knee, we do that intentionally so that you deliver the work low in the spine. Let your head turn with the rocking. Let the head turn with your shoulders. Let yourself exhale a breath to the side. Inhale to the center. Side to side, rocking on the ground. Yes. And if you've got that going on, come back to the center. Can you bring your face up to the knees? Can you bring your face up to the knees? Apanasana. Yeah. Breathe it right there. 3 good breaths. And at that center, release the head back down. Put your hands underneath your knees, behind your knees. If your hands go behind the knees, then push your heels straight up into the sky. Those legs straight, just like that. Let the head rest down on the ground. Can you straighten those knees and bend? So simple. Supta Dandasana. Good. 3 more times. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Good. Okay, what if right here, you could touch those feet down right by the hips. Let the feet be about as wide as your shoulders. Feel the feet grounding. Place your hands down at your side. Observe your breathing. In all of this, the breath is central. Do not move if you are not breathing. Do not enter without the conscious breath and the conscious breath delivery. And let's look at this breathing a little bit more closely. You're on your back in this simple posture, Dvipatipittam, entrance. And I'd like for you to be aware of breath in the nose, coming in, going out. Just be conscious of that. Feel, they call it the kiss of the breath on the nostrils. And let the lungs fill from the bottom of the lung up to the top. And let the breath pour out. Let that breath come in your own pace, but let it be full and complete. And a full and complete exhale. Now, what if with your breathing you could observe the shape of your lungs? You inhale. What is the floor of the lung? What is the ceiling of the lung? What is the range in depth back into the back and into the chest? What is the shape of your lungs as you breathe? And into this volume, we inhale and exhale. Into this volume, we're breathing. And can you place your attention now on the very moment, the present moment of the breath cycle? That cycle has 4 phases. It has the inhale. You have the point where you can inhale no more. There is the exhale. And the point where you can exhale no more. And these 4 phases have value. Each one of them has their value in the nervous system and in the systems of the body and how they speak to each other, how they connect, how they yoke. Beautiful. Let's do this. Feel your back flat, shoulder blades down, length of the spine. Feel your hips equal pressure down on the ground. Get your root lock and mid lock. Keep your breathing flowing. Okay, the breath must flow. And tilt the tailbone. Inhale, articulate up your spine. Begin to lift the tailbone up. Then the lumbar spine. You have these 5 lumbar vertebrae. You've got 12 thoracic vertebrae of the ribs into the chest. You've got 7 in your neck. You've got 24. We inhale all the way up, and you exhale all the way down. Yes, you inhale all the way up. You lift your chest up to the chin. The chin drops down to the chest. You exhale down. Practice this. Lifting and descending with your breathing. So simple. Bridge variations. Setu Bandhasana. You could continue as you are. Could you, however, if you want a little more, activate your shoulders and arms at the same time as your hips so that the arms lift above your head as your hips lift high. And you exhale back down. Yes, keep your feet flat, toes down. Time it. That's the key thing. Time it with your breathing. You inhale all the way up to the ground beyond your head. You exhale it down. Hands and hips touch at the same time. Don't let those hips touch first. Yeah. One more time. Inhale all the way up and hold it right there. The arms long beyond your head. Breathing it on the ground. Can you sweep the arms wide underneath you and lace your fingers together? Lace the fingers behind you, the wrists apart, the palms apart. Reach away. Straighten your elbows. Yes, lift up in those hips high as you can. The chest lifts up to the chin. The neck lengthens. Breathe 3 breaths with it right there. Find your head and neck in the line. So no turning of your head in this one, because you're compromising and the neck is sensitive. Leave your head long and straight. Then open those hands and articulate down the spine. Go dun, 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 like an escalator, so smoothly. Take your arms wide like a T. Take your knees over to your left. Drift your knees over to the left. There you are. Turn your palms up. And with this right arm, you may need to modify. If there's trouble in your shoulder, if there's resistance in the shoulder, take that right hand to the ribs. Feel how the spine can be long and how it can revolve. Both shoulders broadening toward the ground. Turn your head over to the left. Are you breathing? What is the shape of your lungs? Every posture we make is a form for our breath delivery and breath release, for our awakening and liberation in the body. Feel the compression in the lower left lobes. Feel the dilation upper right. What is the breath cycle? Can you put your attention on that breath cycle? If you can do that, you can do next step also with your breath delivery. Imagine, and imagination is a tool to illuminate. Imagine that you could inhale sunlight into your lungs and feel the connection, every single cell of the lungs receiving these alveoli, like little tiny clusters of grapes, one-celled clusters that receive that fresh breath, puraka, and you exhale, rechaka. Sunlight comes in, metabolic waste goes out. Prana comes in, life force comes in. Apana goes out. Yes. Now, can you don't have to do this, but can you straighten your legs out to the side? Can you reach those heels way out? Reach those legs out? Can you turn your head over to your right thumb? Can you look at that right thumb? Can you let your shoulders sink down? Can you find the depth of your oppositions? You have the earth and the sky in this posture. You have east and west heightened in this posture. You have length, north and south in this posture. Breathe this postural opening. And when we deliver prana into the body, we awaken this awareness of dhyana and the energetic practices in the body. Yes. Then reach the hands, fingertips apart, way out. Wake up that right hand. Tickle the fingertips up into the sky. How high can you reach with that right hand? Way up, stretch it high. Yes, nice, good. Your neck might even lift off the mat. And then you roll over to your left. Empty your body to the left. So with every inhale, we awaken, we deliver. Awareness heightens. With every exhale, we can release, we can surrender, we can liberate. And when you do, you're working your body, but you're also working this vessel of emotion and this mind of memory, experience, and anticipation. With every breath, with our yogic practices, you touch your whole being. It's not just an exercise. Please come onto your back. your arms wide like a T. Let's do that same thing opposite side. Knees this time, they go over to the right. And if your knees are over to the right, yes, your head turns to the right. Feel your shoulders begin to sink. Feel the twist first. Don't try to reach the shoulders down. They will naturally go down. But feel the length of your spine revolving, lumbar spine to the right. Yes. Feel the opposition of the thoracic spine to the left. Turn your head over to this left thumb. Are you breathing? What is the shape of your lungs? Are you breathing and placing your awareness on the cycle of your breath? If you're doing that, are you breathing and observing prana, delivered sunlight, life force into you? Metabolic exchange, exhale, apana, that metabolic waste out. Now, one other thing. Can you straighten those legs? And when you straighten those legs, you can awaken channels of pranic delivery through your body. Look over to this left thumb. And this revolved stomach pose is a wonderful pose to observe what we can do with every posture. Good. What if you could imagine, and this is where it gets kind of, can be ridiculous, you know, it can be easily mocked. But what if you could imagine that you could inhale to the ridge of this left foot? You inhale deeply to the foot, and you exhale. And we're going to trace our breath cycle in the body. We're going to trace this lateral and posterior line up to the fingertips and the anterior line down. So what if you could inhale from the ridge of this left foot on the outside line of the left leg, up the outside line into the left hip, across your hips, down into your back, up the right side of your spine, up into that right shoulder, across to that left shoulder, inhaling through that left shoulder, the back of that left arm, to the fingertips. That is one inhale. Tracing this line up to the fingertips. Now looking over at this left thumb, exhale down from that left thumb through the anterior line of the arm, the anterior line, bicep brachialis, anterior delt, pec minor, pec major. Now this line through the intercostals and even through internal organs, down, down, down. Inside this right inguinal line, this medial aspect of the right leg, medial aspect of your left leg, down through that left leg, left arch, left big toe. So it is inhale up the back line to the left hand, then down this anterior line of the left side, left shoulder, left chest, left hip. I said a mistake earlier, but it's left hip, left inguinal line, left medial line of the knee, arch, big toe. Do 2 more breaths. Feel the breath deeply. Inhale deeply, exhale. Then wake up that left arm into the sky. Reach high, high as you can, fingertips wide. It is awakening. And you roll, empty the body to your right side. Survey your body. How can you release your toes? Is there tension in your toes? Grip them internally. Grip your toes and then release them. What about your fingers? You could make a fist with your fingers and then release. What about the arches of your feet? And now your palms. Can you actively engage them and exhale and release? What about your wrists? Any tension in the wrist? Ankles? Knees? Elbows? Lower spine and hips? Upper spine, shoulders, neck? The dome of your skull? You know, the skull is composed of several bones. It's not just one big, you know, cranial bone, right? Can you exhale and release your jaw? Can you exhale, release your mouth, your tongue, your eyes? Can you release the tongue, the throat, and the heart? Breathe that right there. Take 2 more breaths. Find yourself long. We've got to close up our yoga workshop today. Now, just because you are taking this extra amount of time in your revolved stomach to identify breath delivery, it is not only in your revolved stomach postures that you can deliver your breath in this way. You can do this with every single posture. And the true vinyasa is the unbroken breath delivery with attention in the body. That is the vinyasa that has the greatest value. All right. Beautiful. Last thing, glide your legs out long and straight. Squeeze those legs together. Now you have a choice. You can make your fish pose that is easier, or you can make your upward bow. So for those of you who want that extra challenge, make your upward bow. But I'm going to describe fish first. Squeeze the legs together, point your toes, palms down at your side, elbows press down into the ground. Lift the spine up through the heart. Palms are down on the ground. Yes, go on the top of your head. If you're lifting the spine up through the heart, you've got a big gap underneath the chest, back. Breathe. Now, can you breathe in 9 big breaths? In the nose, out the mouth. Like that, in and out. And if you've got that, rest it down. I'd like for you to repeat that in a moment, another 9 to 18 breaths. But for those of you who want to make your upward bow, I'd like for you to enter from your bridge. Go to your bridge, you lift it up, and then you place your hands, and then you press and you lift. Good. Good. That's it. That's it. Elbows toward the center. Beautiful, Hannah. Everybody else, do your second version of your bow. Squeeze the legs together. Point your toes. Yes, straighten those knees, Hannah. And inhale as you straighten those legs. That's where it will be most beneficial. Right. You breathe your 9 breaths and be done. And Miss Christina, may I lift? All of us have this. Now, pull your legs. Take a deep breath. Pull your legs. Yeah? Yes. Take a big breath. Ant on your ankle. Yeah. Now pull your legs. No joke. Big breath. Exhale. Relax these legs. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's it. Let your palms turn up. Deep breath in, sir. As you exhale. Long spine. Deep breath. Release right here. Right here. All right. You breathe, you guys relax. Y'all relax, take it easy. Choose a page for us. Okay, this is kind of a long one, so I'm going to shorten it up. I'm going to do the Reader's Digest version. To make progress. This is from Georg Feuerstein. He says, we must be prepared for prolonged practice in order for yoga to work in its depth. Yes, it's certainly possible to see positive change even after 1 or 2 sessions of yogic practice and posture. And after 6 months of steady postural practice, you can find yourselves definitely transformed, more calm, more balanced. But for the deepest work, and for the internal work, we must be prepared for a lifetime of practicing yoga in its entirety. The hatha practices of the physical forms, the breathing, the yamas and niyamas, the ethical guidelines for actions in the world and for actions inside of your heart. That's where it starts to burn, starts to grind. Yes. And with those, then, other practices of attention arise and the benefits naturally occur. No effort on the yogic path is ever wasted. Every time we apply ourselves in the right way with proper present awareness, we create more momentum for this total transformational journey. And at a certain point, the internal work becomes so natural to us that everything else becomes more effortful. And in the long run, our entire life reveals itself as a yogic practice, and we experience great inner freedom and joy. All right. Right there on your back, I want you to make 3 big breaths with me. Push the breath out. I've kept you very long today. Inhale deeply for 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lock it in. Hold your breath for 20. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Exhale, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lock it, 20, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Exhale, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nose only. Inhale, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lock it, 20, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Exhale, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. Let your breath be unlocked in the course of your day. Beautiful. Good morning. Every Saturday morning, 10 o'clock, we do a yogic practice here. It's free for those who wish to attend. All right. For 2 years now, we've been here every Saturday, except when it freezes. We're here when it rains, because we go up and we can get clear. But if it freezes, nobody wants to do that. All right, everybody, come stand. Find the easiest way to come stand up. You've been changing blood pressure. You've been changing work inside you. So I want to thank you so much for being here today. Plant your feet down. Take your hands together. We're going to make 3 breaths together. Never lightheaded, never dizzy. I mean, it happens sometimes, but if you do, just stop and pause and observe. Here we go, 3 breaths like we started. Inhale, exhale. Inhale over the ground. Make your fist lock it. Open. Through the mouth, exhale. Inhale, wide, way up, back to your heart. That concludes our asanas today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you. I will see you soon, I certainly hope.